Likkutei Sichot, Volume 2, Parshas Ha'azinu, page 118. פרשת השבוע פותחת במילים האזינו השמיים והדברה ותשמע הארץ אמרי פי. So our parsha this week, which is tomorrow, opens with the words, hearken the heavens and I shall speak, listen the earth to the words of my mouth. הטעם לכך שמשה רבינו אמר דבריו לשמיים ולארץ. What is Moshe Rabbeinu doing? He's making the Jewish people a vow. And he's witnessing the vow with the heavens and the earth. So
he's making them a vow. Making it.
No, he's telling them, listen, if you do so and so, you'll have so and so, and if you don't do so and so, you'll have so and so. That's like a vow. It's a vow. It's an oath.
Okay.
So why did Moshe Rabbeinu choose the heavens and the earth?
Because they're witnesses that last.
So that's the usual answer. The witnesses. The witnesses that last forever, they're ever standing and so on, which is not exactly true. But in any case.
And they also bring the reward.
Right? And they can give you the reward and the punishment also.
Chas v'sholom.
Chas v'sholom. So the Rebbe adds a new reason here that we've never heard before.
Which is?
That they are indebted, they belong, as it were, to the Jewish people.
The heavens and the earth?
Yeah.
Why?
Because when the Jewish people do God's will, then the heavens and the earth are required, they're in servitude of the Jewish people.
I always understood it the exact opposite.
Right. So he changes the whole direction.
We have to behave ourselves because the sun and the earth
might punish us. But God forbid. How could they punish us? They don't punish us. They do the will of God.
The sun and the earth never go against the decree.
Right. So they decree it. So says the Alter Rebbe. It says the Rebbe, following that logic, when the Jewish people do what they're supposed to do, then the heavens and the earth they're in servitude of God, and they become in servitude of the Jewish people. Because that's part of their condition for being created.
They were created.
Right? Because it said in the beginning, Yom HaShishi. At the end of the story of creation, it says the sixth day, not sixth day like by all the other days. There was no the there. The sixth day. Which sixth day are we talking about? So the sages say that God made a condition with everything that He created, that if the Jewish people would accept and perform the Torah, they would stand. And meaning they would exist, they would continue to exist. And if they wouldn't accept the Torah on the sixth day, what was the sixth day? The sixth day was the sixth day of Sivan, the day on which the Torah was given. So then they won't exist. So in that sense, they are also in debt of the Jewish people for their existence. So in that sense,
we don't know if the Torah was given on the sixth day of Sivan.
It said,
when was Rosh Chodesh?
6th or 7th, it doesn't matter. We celebrate it on the 6th every year.
We do now.
Right. Why? Because of that doubt about which day it is. So we have to decide one day. So in Chutz La'aretz they actually do 6th and 7th, so they cover us in that sense with the 7th also. But in any case, the Medrash is about the 6th day. And the 6th day is the reception of the Torah. So in that sense, they are in servitude of what the Jewish people do. So if we do what we're supposed to do, they have to do what they have to serve us.
Their existence continues
because of us, and they do what we want them to do. That's the addition here. That is not written. I don't know how the Rebbe says this, but he says, and because of this, they do what the Jewish people want them to do. So let's give an example that they do what we want them to do. Oh, so that's the question. What would you like the heavens and the earth to do? Well, the heavens have the stars and the sun and the moon. The earth gives food. So basically, our sustenance is how they serve us. So when we do God's will, they serve us by giving us our sustenance. So that makes sense. So why did He choose them? Because when you choose someone to be a witness here, on the face of it, you want somebody who's neutral. You can't take someone who's nogea b'davar.
Nogea davar.
Yeah, he's nogea.
So then he can't be a witness.
Okay. So why does he? So he doesn't say here that it's being a witness. He takes this out. He asks, why does he address his words to the heavens and the earth? He changes it a little. A lot of people understand that it means that he's using them as witnesses. That's why Rashi writes. But
never argues
no, it's not true. It's not an argument.
Explain it.
It doesn't have to be an argument. It can be another opinion. This is another way of looking at it. So the other way of looking at it is that this is not about giving an oath or making a vow between the Jewish people and Moshe Rabbeinu, but rather it's about encouraging us to follow what he says. And the reason that he says this to the heavens and the earth is because they can uphold, not as witnesses, but they can uphold the agreement, meaning that if we do what we're supposed to do, they will follow our lead. They will provide us with what we need. ייתן הקדוש ברוך הוא שאתה זמן הקבלה הטובה להבא תספיק ההחלטה הטובה ואזי יעשו שמיים וארץ את כל אשר ברצון נפשם האלוקית של בני ישראל. וכשהקדוש ברוך הוא ייתן גשמיות לבני ישראל יעשו הם את אשר ביכולתם. So may it be, he said this on the second day of Rosh Hashanah in 1956. Wow. He said, actually it was 1955 still, then, 1955. So he told them, it should be the now on the second day of Rosh Hashanah when we have the opportunity to decide on what we're going to do next. Okay? What are we going to do with the upcoming year? The famous division, we just read it in Yom Yom and Erev Yom Kippur, that in Rosh Hashanah the first day is about the past, the second day is about the future. On Yom Kippur, the evening of Yom Kippur is about the past, and the day of Yom Kippur is about the future. Okay? The same thing.
What you're talking about is acharot al ha'avar v'acharot ha'tov v'ha'atid.
Right. The charata, the remorse about what we did wrong, we do in the first day of Rosh Hashanah. But planning out the next year and saying, this is Hashem, what I want to do, grant me a good life because these are my good plans, that we do on the second day of Rosh Hashanah.
You know, I had that in writing from the Rebbe.
Yeah?
In a personal letter.
Oh, wow.
Signed by the Rebbe.
So I didn't know it from the Rebbe, I knew it from Rav Steinsaltz. I once asked him, I saw that his davening was different, the first day and second day. First day was short.
Rosh Hashanah?
Okay. Relatively short.
Very first day Rosh Hashanah was heavy.
No.
Heavy.
First day by him, his davening was relatively short. He only stood like an hour in the midah.
I was relaxed.
Yeah. The second day, he stood for like 3 hours in the midah. So I asked him, what's the difference? Why is this?
איפה היית ביום? שמעתי לך את המקום לידי.
ילדים, לחצו. So I asked him once, why is it short on the first day and long on the second day? He says, in the first day I asked forgiveness for what I'm sorry, that's easy. But the second day I have to plan my whole year, that takes a long time. And I have to convince Hashem and convince myself this is what I want to do. He also had another very nice thing that he used to say. He said that every time that you hit your heart on Yom Kippur, you should feel it's like you're hitting a wall and you see pieces dropping off. That's what you should feel. That all
you're not supposed to be patting your heart and saying, well done. You're supposed to give it a good schmeiss, you know. But there's another beautiful word for the teacher. I told you many times, you know. The teacher was saying, Krishma Lamita. He said it 4 or 5 hours and burst into tears. And in the end of it, he says, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, this is it, I'm serious now, I'm going to do tshuva.
It's Reb Zusha.
And he said, I said that yesterday. Yeah. But today I mean it.
Yeah. Okay. So when Hashem when the Jewish people do what they're supposed to do, which is what their divine soul wants anyway, and the Almighty will decree that they will receive sustenance, then the heavens and the earth are the ones who are the messengers. They're the messengers. This brings about a whole question, right? Because how could it be that Moshe Rabbeinu is saying things to the heavens and the earth. Okay? How can you talk to them? How can you talk to them? They're memutzaim. They are intermediaries. Said. So here, this brings up the whole issue of intermediaries. Or intermediaries are not allowed in Yiddishkeit at all. You can't have someone between you and Hashem. On the other hand, he's speaking here to the heavens and the earth. So I heard a very nice mashal from Rav Sofer this year.
Who?
Rav Sofer. Cheskel Sofer. So he said, if I want to transfer money to you, and I put in a check in the envelope, and I put the envelope in the mail. Okay?
So the mail is intermediary.
So the mail is an intermediary. but even though there are actions I do with the mail, it's not giving you anything. It's just doing its duty. Its duty is to move stuff from here. It doesn't care what it is. It doesn't care why. It doesn't care who is going to. It just needs to get it from here to there. It says, in that sense, that's called a memutza she'eino mafsik. That's an intermediary. You're right, it's in the middle. But it doesn't halt. It doesn't stop the flow. It's not a man da'amar. It's not an agent. It's not a free agent. It can't decide what it wants to do or not to do. So in that sense,
very interesting notion, because when I give money to stop it, people say to me, "Thank you so much," and this and that.
Right.
What's wrong with you? I said, if the postman comes with a check for you in the post, you kiss the postman. I said, he didn't bring you the money. It comes from the Rebbe. It comes from a Kodesh Baruch Hu. It's not my money I'm giving you. It's what the Rebbe's blessed me to be able to collect. You know, get your priorities right. So basically, same idea.
so now he says, but there's another thing. Yeah, so we'll end with this. ופירוש הדבר שיעשו מגשמיות ורוחניות. ויהיה הדבר מתוך מרחב ומתוך שמחה. It says, why are we given sustenance in the first place? The duty of a Jew is to take the physical matter of this world, the sustenance, the livelihood, the money that we have, the food that we have, and to turn it into something spiritual. How do you turn it into something spiritual? You use it for a mitzvah, whatever the mitzvah is. And that way...
Turn the food into something spiritual, we're making a bracha on it?
Right, so that's one thing, but that's a small mitzvah. The bigger mitzvah is that you use the food to host guests, and to have and to give it to people who don't have, and so on, and all these things. So that is what the purpose of a Jew is. In other words, God transforms, as the Rebbe used to say, God makes the spiritual into physical through the heavens and the earth, and we make the physical back into spiritual. We bring it back to Hashem. So we'll end here, and God